And now I'm rapping with a crew or something. I guess the track don't really stick unless he's gluing something. And I never fit the shoe until I do it something. Yo, bracing myself like teeth, boy, it's the same old route on some new concrete. But homie, these tunes make you get a new ID. I'm trying to do my thing, but the commute ain't cheap. I'm on a 2-day week for all this rap these days, and we can still pitch the track to all the whack DJs. We're singing happy days, wearing tacky J's, and I'm just pumped that I made it out my nappy phase. Let's go. We can turn the whole world around. I'm in the backseat, really trying to hold it down. And if you up now from the lost and found, and get your hands up high and your shoulders down, and say, we can turn the whole world around. I'm in the backseat, really trying to hold it down. And if you up now from the lost and found, and put your hands up high and your shoulders down, and say, about time that I get back. Yo, I'ma get back. We can hold it down. Oh God, I'ma get back. Yo, I'ma get back. We can hold it down.
This be the 4th year in the promised land. Watch it, I promise, man. If you ain't looking close, we gon' look like an industry plan. Flex it, I really can't. This is a higher plan. I'm walking with the sun so close, I'm on fire, man. Burning up, I'm so OT with a go.
What's going on, traders? How we doing out there? I'm sure you're jamming a little bit in the music. I'm going to go ahead and pull it off here, but hey, just wanted to start the show right. Welcome to Money Making Mitch. You guys already know who I am. I'm going to get the show started, but today we got another action-packed show. We're going to talk about the rocket. You guys see it over my shoulder. To the moon, AMC making a big move up. We'll talk about the market, some growth stocks. We'll talk about a review of some of our story stocks. And of course, I want to get to some of the stocks in the chat. I saw someone mention Chargepoint, so definitely going to do that. Go ahead, smash the like button if you guys are enjoying Money Mitch. Let's get this party started. Let's get into some stocks. It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now, we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch. What's going on, traders? How we doing out there? Let's go ahead and let's get into the show. Let's talk about what happened today in the market. Of course, let me know in the chat how you guys are feeling out there. What's going on? Did you guys catch that AMC rocket? I know I missed out on it, but I would love to hear someone in our chat got some of that. So hit the thumbs up. Let's get this show popping. Let's start talking a little bit about market sentiment. Right now, the SPY just kind of did a sideways day on us, guys. So let's pay attention if we can get through that 422. We've had this resistance drawn out since the 10th of May. So let's see if we can get through that resistance. Really what we're trying to see is if it can get through that resistance and start getting through this box here. So we want to see it get up there towards that 425 look. So we'll definitely keep that on watch there. One of the things that you can look at is the Qs. The Qs kind of are the ones that I want to see us lead. Get back up there above this high, above 342, get up there towards that 350 look. So that's what we're definitely paying attention to. I'll get into Blackberry, of course. That was actually a stock that I gave out part of the Monday show, the special Memorial Day that was actually in the morning for Money Mitch. We talked about Blackberry. I kind of pointed out, man, there's a lot of volume in Blackberry a couple of days ago. That gave me a little bit of a sign that maybe we were getting into a run, but who would have known? It was a big rip. Definitely, what's going on? How we doing out there? Zero, Connor, Daniel, what's up? What's up? Penny Lane, did you guys check out Penny Lane? Definitely check it out, guys. If you guys didn't check out Penny Lane Meets Wall Street, check it out, guys. It just went on at 5 p.m. If you guys didn't see it, it's a fun show. They talked a lot about AMC, talk a little bit about some cruise stocks. I'm thinking about going on a cruise myself. They even mentioned a story stock that I like, 6. So check it out, guys. It's a pretty cool show. Let's keep going into this. Let's start talking about what happened in the market today. Of course, we saw those meme stocks break out. Look at AMC chart. We'll get into that a little bit later. But like we're just talking, Blackberry with a nice move also. And look at that volume bar. Look how this volume bar on the Friday gave us 116 million shares, giving us a little bit of a hint that we were going to get closer towards a breakout here in Blackberry. And what a move. Triple BY, also massive move in Triple BY. Definitely, guys, hit the like if you guys enjoyed that. What do I think about Blackberry? We'll talk a little bit deeper into where I think the kind of the levels are, but let's go ahead and let's also talk about energy stocks, because at the end of the day, guys, if we take a look here, and you guys know how I like to look at my sector analysis here. So energy really leading us right now. Oil and gas ripping up there. Bunch of different kind of moves that you've seen there lately. You know, energy stocks again outperformed the broader market on Wednesday as crude prices continued to recent rebound. Investors are considering, you know, hey, we're getting the demand back there, you know, the economic rebound. And one of the things that we need to see is that some of the largest oil and gas companies have really been making moves. And so here you can clearly see the oil and gas drilling. But one of the stocks that I gave on my Twitter, I think on May 5th was when I gave this stock, guys. And you guys can see the circle there when I gave this one. And this was MRO, Marathon Oil. Look at this rip out on Marathon Oil. This was a stock that went as low in the pandemic as $3, guys. So what a move there for Marathon Oil. And I think oil is going to continue to make a move up. So we'll keep watching. Another one that, of course, I like to day trade is kind of the leveraged ones, which is a Gush, and very similar chart. And that's why I like trading these. And a big rip out. I'm looking to see if it can continue through 100 and we can continue to see oil kind of make a move. And with that being said, keep your eyes out for maybe some of these kind of shipping ports to get a lift also. I think sometimes when you get an oil move, sometimes you get also the shipping and ports kind of to break out. So this is one that I'll have on the radar, ship. So keep your eyes on it and those kind of shippers to see if we get a lift. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's continue going to, we don't have the biggest earnings right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put the calendar up here, but you guys point out something that maybe you guys want to talk about in there. It's not really something that it stands out to me on there, but of course, you know, after tomorrow, you know, you can get Asana, DocuSign, those will make some bigger moves. But today, you know, maybe AI. So we could take a look at that chart, see how it reacted from the earnings. And you can clearly see the earnings actually hitting it down here. And I'll go ahead and I'll show you that chart. So this is AI, and you got hit hard there. We'll kind of see if this one comes back because it has a good looking chart. It kind of doing that undercut and rally look. I like the chart here, actually. We'll see if it kind of holds tomorrow, this kind of 66.60 look, and then we'll see it come back through 70. 70 will make it get bullish again. All right, guys, let's keep running through here. What about BB? Yeah, what about BB? I can't blame you. Don't worry. We're going to get into Blackberry right now. All right, guys. So we'll wrap up the earnings there. When we return, we'll get into the rocket that is AMC. So like always, guys, smash the like. If you guys want to hear me talk about some new trading ideas, I'll definitely get into some new trading ideas at the end if we hit our like goal today of 50 likes. So go ahead and hit the like. Let's get this party started. And when we return, we'll talk about the rocket that was AMC today.
I tell all my CEOs, this is a very, very, very important platform. And look, all the other platforms are important too, but you're up there now. You're way up there.
Best investments you can do in your future is actually go and re-educate yourself on credible sites and credible resources like Benzinga. I think you guys have been killing it.
The comment section on this show is remarkable. Like the quality of the combo, and just big shout out to you and your community.
That's what I love about you guys. You know, you just had all your callers in right then. And it's all about the community here at Benzinga.
Welcome back, traders. Welcome back. Let's talk a little bit about AMC. But before we get into that, let me know, guys, did you guys trade AMC out there? Put a 1 in the chat if you traded it. Put a 2 in the chat if you want to see it go to the moon. And put a 3 if you just don't care. I want to hear your opinion. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Definitely, Dylan, you guys already know. You already do. Can you see MRO into the 20s this summer? I could see that. I could see that. But one of the things that you will see is pay attention to also the crude prices, because one of the things that I've been talking about is that I could see crude prices going up to $80 a barrel. There's kind of a flow to oil. It has a tendency of going up, and then coming back down, down. So it has like a range. So get ready, because it will swing back down for a little bit. So there's nothing wrong with sometimes taking some profits. That's just what I would mention in oil. Sometimes you're going to get those big rips, and then you'll get kind of a wave right back down, and it'll come back. But I mean, you got to be patient there. Definitely seeing the numbers starting to roll through. Looks like somebody traded it. They want to see it go through the moon, and looks like Wes just doesn't care. Like always, there's always going to be a lot of traders out there that like trading stocks like this, and there's some traders that just stay away. I was one of the traders that stayed away today, but I'll tell you one thing, the FOMO is there. Definitely. Let's take a look here at the chart. Let's take a look, see what we see. How could we traded this today? Because that's all that really matters, right? I mean, I know you guys might want to talk a little bit long term, but how could we have traded this today? So if you really know, guys, and if you use kind of the monthlies on the back, you'll see that there's a high right here from this 2015 run and this 2017 run. That was at 35.65. So I actually drew that resistance yesterday, right? And so today, let's go into today, right? And what did we see? So today in pre-market, you kind of got this look, right? So it kind of was going up, was coming down, was forming a nice bottom here right near the open, and then just flushed right through that, right? Where did it go to, guys? It went right to that number there, guys. It went exactly, I'll tell you right here, an exact low was 35.59, but not a bad little approach if you would have been using kind of that prior resistance to become support on the stock. So this one actually had a kind of, you could have been like, okay, I'll kind of draw a downtrend angle here from these wicks, and we'll wait to see it kind of pop through, right? And so if you got that washout at the open and you're seeing the stock come down here, this is when you got to be like, okay, if I didn't go for this kind of red to green buy, I'm waiting for the resistance to break out, right? And when the resistance breaks out, one of the things that you can notice is that you can see kind of this push up, which is a significant push up right off the top. It's an 8% move up. And this is what I like to see, a little bit higher than a 5% move on the first lift. And so on that lift, and that's just from kind of this kind of bottoming, kind of right when the candles get strong, because if you draw it from the bottom, I mean, that's a push from 16%. And so one of the things that I'd use is that VWAP, and that VWAP is what I want to go off of. And what I want to use is I want to use pre-market support. So this was the pre-market support all the way through the morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It kept holding kind of this 37.97 look. Maybe you could have called 38 as that price point. But here you go, guys. You could have attacked near this VWAP. The VWAP was actually at 39.47 here. So maybe somewhere between 39.47 and 39 is what you're going after, holding down towards a 38 look. But that could have got you a nice entry somewhere in this area, risking down towards this line. And then you could have been looking for a reward on up to the resistance and past. So the past one and where the stock could have gone to, that, of course, could be kind of determined by your risk and return. To me, I always like to do a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1 look, which is kind of up here towards this 49. So that's kind of the look that I would like to do. So if I'm risking about $1 or $2, I want to make at least $3 on the upside breakout. So we're talking at least 42 on the first profit, and then a move up there. I would hold towards a nice breakout towards 49 here, and maybe towards that whole $1.50. But sometimes you don't get that big move up. So what ended up happening? What did we get? Okay, so we really got a lift right through that. And you can see that right there. We get the Harmy. That's kind of a measured move up there. And then when it got there, it actually stumbled for a second, but actually continued to rip through there. It actually got a step up of volume through that 50. And when it went through that 50, it went hard and it started really getting some momentum. You see how the candles got bigger there. That's exactly what we saw there, breaking out through the 1215 kind of timing, and then it really pushed up there. It did this first halt up here around the 61s, and then as soon as he went out of that halt, it just halted right back down towards the support, and the support was right here, right off of that wick. And so you could have been using that wick to try to get back into this stock. And that's what some people did here. As you can see, they attacked here and they attacked the 50, and it actually went down towards the next level of support. So which near this 48.85 level, which is right here, the next level. And from that point, it actually recovered really quickly and went right back up there, getting towards a high today of, the high was 72.62 there. And what I'd use on a chart like this, guys, is also use a 15-minute to see kind of the breakouts and the moves here. And you could see clearly, I mean, it tried to even push past 70 here in the after hours, and it couldn't get past that level. So that's, I think, the next level for us to really watch. 70 is the level to see it break through, and we'll see if it can get through there. Looks like Todd got Max N. I'll talk a little bit about Max N in a little bit. I actually got out of it for a small profit, really, really small. On that one, it was like 2 or 3 cents. I just covered at like 16.03, but I've been looking for Max N to get above 16, Todd, and really hold it. But let's talk a little bit about some other movers and kind of how you can kind of approach them also. Same thing here, Blackberry, pre-market support, right? Draw it near that wick. Look how it kind of comes near those levels, and it kind of actually tried to break these levels. So this is kind of one of those that you could have been like, okay, so we have this other wick here. Is it going to break there and hold there? It actually broke there for a second, this 1250. When it recovers 13 is where it's really important, because now you actually have this kind of trend. So one of the things that I could clearly see on this chart on BB was that it didn't really give you that third resistance test. So it gives you this lift up and it comes down. That's an up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2. I always look for the up 3, a quick pullback, and then a rip through the resistance. This is kind of the similar look that you get here in BB, and it does hold the VWAP. You could have taken the same kind of approach, near VWAP entry, holding down towards the support, letting it try to get there, and watching it break out through that 16, man. What a lift there on Blackberry. This daily chart really talks a lot to me when I see moves like this. When you see a stock all of a sudden start lifting off through resistance and trading with high volume. We got 45 million shares, then we got 116 million shares, a little pullback day, and then boom, the big breakout today in BB. What a big move out there. You already know, Sam. AMC to the moon. It definitely went today. Some other ones to keep on watch here. EXPR, Express. I know this one made a nice move up. I think this one still has room to keep running, so you can keep your eyes on that one. Another one that ran today that you can keep your eyes on, NOK. NOK is one that just went up a little bit, still has a lot of room to really start lifting. And this was one that I was pointing out when it was in this kind of triangle. And look at this, it's starting to lift. Looks like my friend on Penny Lane might actually get rid of it. Mitch, running late. I'm running late. I don't know what that means. Anthony, what's going on? You were running late? Crazy AMC options now go out to $120. Oh, man. I don't know who's taking those 120s, but we'll see what happens. Definitely. Is it still good to buy more? I'm in at 883 right now, but thought about buying another 5K. What are you talking about, Jeremiah? I mean, I'm not going to give you financial advice, but are you talking about AMC? Are you talking about NOK? Are you talking about BB? Let us know. Other stocks squeezing, but they're mini squeezes. AMC is the play. I do agree. I agree with that, Claypool. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's keep running in with the show. I'm going to get out of the meme stocks now. I know we can talk AMC all night long, so definitely, guys, hit the like if you're going to get out of here after the AMC talk. I don't mind it because at the end of the day, if that's your stock, that's your stock, and I can't blame you for it. So definitely look at that monster move. It was a rip. Hit the like. We'll keep going. Let's keep going into growth stocks. So one thing I wanted to talk about today was growth stocks and where we're actually heading. Are we really ripping through? One of the things that I've been watching is ARKK, right? You guys know how I like to watch this one as my indicator for growth. And one of the things that I've been seeing is we rejected to come back down through that 98. Now, one of the things that we're seeing is, can we get above towards the 120? One of the things that I want to look at are the major holdings of this stock, of this ETF. So we can take a look here. Zoom is one of the biggest ones. I think the stock looks like it has some room for pullback here. And just because, we're getting up towards that resistance, we couldn't break through it today. So the question is, are we coming back closer towards these levels, these 290s? Or are we going to do kind of a small retracement here, kind of look to get a bid somewhere near this other support where you can draw kind of from this other time here, this 315, and then watch it come back up through? So there's kind of two options that I think are going to happen here. You could either see that move or you could see it come back towards the 290. So which one's going to happen? Is it going to be the bullish or bearish? I'm not exactly sure. Of course, I don't think anybody's exactly sure on this one. But the question is, if this one keeps ripping, I think it shows you how those growth stocks really are back and how Kathy and ARK can really take off. So ARKK, we'll go back to that. We're seeing that little pullback, same kind of look. If you draw this trend line from up here and kind of take this approach, you can see that we kind of rejected to get through that, and we need to get ripping through this to really get above. The next one I'd take a look at is Roku, because Roku is the other main position. And look, similar chart, guys, similar chart. Are we going to get the rip through, or are we going to get the pull back towards support? And so the question is, will we get a kind of a smaller pullback and then that breakout? Because that's what I'm kind of expecting here. On Roku, I actually like this one. I think this one could get towards 500 by the end of the year. So I'm taking a look at Roku to see if we can come back towards 320 and then break through that 360, which is giving us some trouble. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going, guys. Let's get through this. The next one up, Docu. Docu is another major position. This one actually looking like it's trying to bottom a little bit. But really, I mean, if we look a little bit at the weekly, it's hitting this support and it bounced significantly. But can it really break out? And the one thing I'd look for is it really needs to get lifted for it to kind of give me that look. The only thing it's really helping is that it's really close to support right now. But can we really start breaking out and getting up to this stock up towards 300? This is one of the big positions in the ARKK. And so I'm wondering if this one can really start lifting and if growth stocks are really back. I mean, I have dipped my toes. I took some profit into some moves, and I'm starting to reallocate some cash back into the market. I did see some good moves today, and that's what we're going to talk about coming up next. So if you guys want to get to some new ideas, definitely smash the like button so we can get to those ideas. But definitely, one of the things that I'm looking at is if these growth stocks, these leading ones, really keep going, we can get a lot of stocks to really start moving. All right, guys, I want to catch up with the chat here. What's up? What's up? It looks like they're talking about some options. You sound like Smith in the black at Ticker Talker. What? I'm gonna have to go on Ticker Talker and find out what's going on with Smith out there. Give this guy a like. You guys already know this is all free, guys. What I like to do and get you guys the story. You guys already know. Got to catch Mitch live. It's nice to see you. Killed those PLTRs. Hey, look at that chart. Let's talk about that growth stock. This one's looking great. I give it to you, Ken. Looking great. If you killed those PLTR calls today, let's see if this one really keeps going. One of the things that I wanted to see is, can we get another volume spike into kind of this 25? 25 is such an important price point. Look how the volume is kind of getting this kind of D-trend, and you get these spikes every now and then. Let's get this another spike up here. Let's trade 300 million shares, start ripping through there, and look like we want to get to this next resistance. and get up there. First resistance is going to be kind of close towards this 30, but then you can get up there towards that 33 look. And that's really what I want to see this stock really get that lift. You already know. Let's keep it going, guys. Millie. Let's do it, guys. Hit the like. Let's keep it going. What do we got here? We got 60 likes. Looks like we're going to keep it going. Let's get into some of my story stocks, and let's talk about some that could give you that 5x, 10x return. Potentially, these are the story stocks, and I've seen a couple of them do it. Let's start talking a little bit. So first things first, guys, what I took profit in this week. What was a great gainer for me? A great gainer was XPEV, guys. I actually got this one in a nice price point, up like around this 28 price point. And man, look at this one. It took a nice lift. This was Chinese EV. I went over it in Money Mitch, talked about it, how I thought that if EV came back roaring, I thought Chinese EV would come back first, and then you'd see other players follow. So other players, of course, NIO. Look at NIO's chart. Look at LI. LI really gave us a signal with that strong candle there in the 20s. LI really giving us that nice bullish engulfing candle. If you guys don't know what this candle is, that's called a bullish engulfing candle, where the body eats the red of the prior day and really giving us a lift with what? With that volume lift. You see that little lift there? That's exactly what I want to see there, guys. So a great lift there for LI there. And that really gave me the signal that, hey, maybe these are going to start giving that nice lift there. So definitely we got a nice lift there, and I'm going to keep watching some other plays in this sector. We could watch at maybe FSR. FSR is another one that made a nice lift today. Look at this one. This was on my buying list. If you guys don't remember, I pulled out a list on, let's say it was not last week Thursday, it's the prior Thursday, where we talked about that we were going to start going after these. And FSR was definitely a part of that list. Another one that was a part of that list was MP, because why? Because I think lithium is going to come back roaring. I mean, if we're going to get all these kind of stocks to really start, EVs to really start going, one of the stocks that I've been given is MP. And MP Materials, look at that lift today that we got. Nice candle on MP. I'm going to keep a watch on this one. Another one that you can keep a watch in the same kind of industry and sector is you can watch PLL. This is another one that I've given out. And I actually gave this one out, guys, in the 30s this year. This year, if you go back on Story Mitch, you'll find that I gave this one out right around this time when the stock broke out of the 30s. And man, this stock has never come back on the year, really ripping. And now I think this one's going to continue going up, and it's going to make a push for that 90. And so that's really what I'm looking at for this stock to really get up there. It looked like it tried to get above 70 today. So definitely pay attention to that 70. To me, I would really pay attention to now how we can react there, because if we can't get through that level, that's what's going to hold us down here. And as you can see, it went up there in pre-market past 70 on the second. Now in the close right now, we've gotten close to that 70 and we're rejecting that. Let's see if we can get above that 70 tomorrow. All right, trying to catch up with the chat here. What's going on? What do we got out there? What are we guys talking about? Don't forget about my Chargepoint. I won't. I got you. I promise. That's one of the nicest stocks out there right now. You're crazy if you did get an option. If you got those options out there, those AMC options, I mean, man, those things must have been swinging up the storm today. Looks like some people bought NNDM. Okay. Putting out there positions. Hey, keep it going, guys. Keep it chatting. This is what it's all about. Let's keep helping each other find some plays out there. And definitely, guys, smash the like, hit the subscribe. I'll tell you what, guys. Do you guys want to know how a way that you can win a free share of Tesla? Who wants a free share of Tesla? Put a 1 in the chat if you want a free share of Tesla. Who wouldn't want a free share of Tesla? Definitely. Throw up those ones, guys. Throw up those ones. There you go. There you go. I'm seeing those ones roll through. I see those ones. I'll tell you what. I'll give you the chance. We have a giveaway right now that you could potentially win your share. All right, guys. I promised you I'd give you that ability to get into the contest. Definitely will do here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the link here in the chat. Sign in that Gleam. It doesn't require much. All you got to do is subscribe. That's it. We're not asking for much. It's going to give you a potential to win an over $600 stock. I mean, come on. I think everybody should definitely get going to this. Definitely smash the like button. Let's keep this going. Let's get into some stocks. Let's keep it rolling here. All right, guys, let's go rolling. Let's get into the next stock here. Next stock is DS. This is one I gave you guys last week, guys. Drive Shack. This is a reopening play that I think can continue moving, guys. This is a play that is very similar to, let me change my branding here. This is very similar to Top Golf. So if you guys know Top Golf, this is very similar stock. So check it out, guys. Check it out. This is DS, a cheaper stock making a move up. And I think this one can continue moving. Look at the weekly. This one can, if it could get through kind of this 350 area, I think the next stop for us is going to be up here closer towards this 415. And from that point up towards 5. That's where I'm looking for this stock to kind of continue going through the summer and kind of make this big lift. So definitely keep your eyes on this one. This is DS, already making a move from our call out in kind of right near this $3 price point and already up there. It made a move up there today, closer towards this 338. So definitely keep your eyes on this one. This is DS. All right, next up, I want to talk a little bit about Box. Box is one that I've been giving out. I think I gave this one out. Let's see the date. This was on May 14th, guys. May 14th. Box is one that I've been watching. This is in the software and infrastructure area. They do cloud. And look, we've been drawing this resistance line since the 10th. And now we're coming to it, this 25. Can we get above it and get towards this wick? This wick is really interesting. This is Box. And it went to a wick here of 26.47. So maybe look to see if we get a nice little lift there to continue moving. All right, guys, you guys already know it. Let's keep going. Let's find another play. I want to get you guys some new ones, right? And so before I give you that new one, I want to give you one more that I'm going to give you on to keep on radar. This is USAK. This is USA Trucking. Why do I like this one? This one's actually a value play, guys, that pulled back. This is a value play that I think still has a story to it because it has that reopening look. And US Trucking is definitely going to keep going and moving on its way up. I think right here, the 16 is going to be vital to it when we pull back. I'm going to look for a pullback tomorrow to see if 16s can kind of hit, and then we get right back up there through the 650s, the 1650s. That's USAK. Definitely keep this one on radar, guys. All right, looks like we're getting a stock mentioned in the chat. I want to go through those stocks in the chat here. So Chargepoint was one mentioned. I know we're getting Uni mentioned here. Definitely, this is one to keep on radar. Look at that move. What I like on this one is that if you really use kind of the hourly, you can see kind of that long-term support. So this is why you got to use those multi-time frames, because if you see the 5-minute, you're going to see kind of these breakdowns through the VWAP, long support hold. And then when you get those long support holds, a lot of times you get, especially a 5-minute hourly long sideways consolidation, a bull can just step up here around the 1150s, around 12, and really just drive this stock back up. So interesting stock to mention there, Richard. I don't mind. I don't mind it. Definitely keep this one on radar. All right, want to get up there to my man that is talking about Chargepoint. So I don't want to leave my man out. Trying to find the the comment in the chat here. There it is. I got you, Krishna. I got you. Don't forget the CHPT. Not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. Good mood today. Nice volume on those breakouts. Let's look at the daily chart. This one is looking nice, man. I really do like this daily chart. You guys can see this kind of downtrend that we broke out of. And what did we do? We actually held it sideways. That's what I like to see, guys. The stock actually went sideways through that trend line and then got a nice volume to continue through the breakout. Now it's next stop, right? Where's the next stop? This stock, I think, is going to make its move towards 30. And then from that level, of course, you guys look to see if it can get back towards 40. But even a move up there towards 30, that's going to be a nice move up. That's where I think we'll run into a little bit of resistance in CHPT, but this one's still looking great. And I think it can continue making a run up towards that 30 tomorrow. So keep your eyes on Chargepoint. All right, let's keep going. This one has that infrastructure support, of course. So that's what we can talk about. Any cannabis stocks, don't worry. I live in Colorado, so I can always talk a little bit about some pot stocks. But here on Benzinga, we don't call them pot stocks. We call them cannabis. And definitely we can take a look at some cannabis stocks. And if you guys don't know, guess what? Tomorrow, you guys can see the cannabis event. Definitely check that out, guys. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be a part of it. I can show you guys right now who's going to be there and give you guys a little bit of a preview. All right, guys. And one of the things that if you didn't catch it in that presentation, SNDL. Whoa. Look at this bad boy. This was one, and man, I'm still kicking myself, guys. Still kicking myself on this one because I actually had this one and I was about to buy it at 95 cents. It looked really good at this 95 cents entry. And I'll show you guys exactly where I was looking at. I was looking at right here, kind of on this. Let's pull back to 15 so you guys can see on this first. Look how it's kind of hanging out here. Oh, it was right here on the 28th. It was on Friday. So you can see here, kind of it was hanging out at this 95 cents. 95 cents. A lot of times when you get these penny stocks to be closer towards that 95 cents, they like to go above $1, come back down, look for some volume, and then break out through it. This is a pattern that I've known common from day trading. So one of the things that I was looking at is I saw that lift past $1, and then I was looking for the pullback to grab it and then look for the next breakout through $1 to kind of sell into. And man, that would have been a great move there just from that 95 cents, kind of this 95 cents area up to where it is now. You're talking about a nice 24% move, 23 cents in sundial. And really, it didn't even come close towards breaking through that 95. It actually went right to it in pre-market and then really lifted off right back out there. So that's a pattern that I commonly see. So definitely look out for that pattern. The apes, the apes are out there, guys. The apes are out there, guys. AMC apes. Let me know, guys. Let me know if I got some apes in the chat. I was talking today. Man, I got to start my own thing. Is it going to be the sloths? What is it going to be? Because the animals are being taken up. The apes. I might have to do the sloths. Who likes a sloth out there? AMC tomorrow. Definitely. We're going to keep a watch on that. We're going to keep a watch on AMC. We the apes out here. Definitely. Looks like there's some support. If you guys don't know where the apes are from, I mean, if you guys don't know, my man Michael Kors is. We actually did an article on him, so check it out, guys. Definitely the apes. Look how they react. Look how they go, guys. You want to talk a little bit of Planet 13? Look like you're talking a little bit there. This one's an interesting one. This is Ken. This is what I call the apple of cannabis. The apple of cannabis, Planet 13, guys. Why is it the apple of cannabis? Go into one of their dispensaries and find out. Because if you would, what you'd see is a whole bunch of technology. It's very similar in their business strategy. It's kind of like when you go into Apple, right? When you go into Apple and you just walk in the store, if you look at one product, isn't there that guy behind you like, hey, sir, do you need some help? Do you need some help? I can show you about the product. That's the same way, a similar way that Planet 13 works. Definitely one to keep on radar. What about Kern? I do love Kern. I love me a little bit of Kern. Look for this stock to continue moving. I'm going to be watching this stock. We got a lot of cannabis coverage coming up, but definitely, guys, this is one of my favorites. I was actually looking for it when it came down towards this kind of $4 price point, but I did not expect this move down closer towards $3. And that's what shook me out of Kern, and I didn't get in, but man, it would have been a nice one to have down here in the $3. One of the old tricks that Joel tells me is like, if you guys don't know Joel Condon from Pre-Market Prep, definitely check out Pre-Market Prep. That's our flagship show, guys. But if you liked it at 4, why not like it at 3? So I should have stayed in there. I should have just jumped on the thing. Yes, Kern is the thing behind the thing. I definitely agree with that. Definitely one that I'll keep on watch and will keep on the radar. A couple other cannabis stocks on the move. CGC, we'll see if this one can continue lifting off by the end of the week. We're going to have a great conference coming up, guys, tomorrow, so don't miss out on that conference. All right, let's get into some new plays, guys, some new plays. So smash the like. Looks like we got a lot of people in here. If you didn't get your chance to get your free Tesla share, I'll tell you how you can do that at the end, or you can scroll up and definitely hit that. But looks like we got 114 likes, over 400 people here. So let's talk. We'll get into a little bit of AMC and what we expect at the end. I know that's what everybody is here for, so I got no problem with that. But let's get into some newer stocks, some newer plays that I'm looking at. So right now, guys, one of the kind of, you guys know how I like to stay with trends, right? One of the trends that I'm looking for is single people and a whole bunch of pent-up demand for experiences, clothing, makeup, products. Look at this. Look at this Macy's chart. Look at this Macy's chart. This is one that I'm definitely going to take a look at tomorrow. I think this one can kind of get a rip also. Look how it's just been holding these 18s. Looking good. Look at Ulta. Ulta did a beautiful, beautiful report. We actually drew this line here, guys, on the gap up. And we said, can it come back towards this 330 and then rip up through it? Look how it's coming back right to 330 today. It actually went to exactly 330.50. And now we'll see if it can come back up through the 350s. That's what I'll be looking for. And a couple other ones that you can take a look at. One that I didn't even look at the chart today, but Match is one that I'm looking to get a lift, guys. Let this one come back down closer towards support, closer towards this 130. And I think this one can come back roaring through 150s. So definitely keep this one on radar. I think, people are going to want to come out. They're going to want to look good, man. And they're going to want to go on dates. And maybe because of that, they end up at AMC. AMC, is that where the fundamentals are coming from? The free popcorn? The dates that are coming up? Hey, could be. Definitely hit the like, guys. We'll keep talking. You gotta love Joel. You gotta love Joel and Dennis. Definitely. You gotta love them. Let's keep talking. Let's keep looking at some other plays that we can take a look at in this area. Some other one that looking good, guys, that isn't a reopening play, but a SPAC play that I saw get a good lift today is Desktop Metals. I actually got shook out of this play, and I'll let you guys know I'm not in this one right now. I got shook out of it, but I still really like it. This is Desktop Metal as a 3D play. Got a nice lift today, 5.5 million. I think if it holds 14, it's going to be looking good, and we can see this lift getting on up there back towards the 20s. So I'll definitely keep a watch out on this one. AMC will not hit 100K. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll hit 100K. But can it hit 100? Could possibly. Will AMC hit 100K if we hold? Hold that line. Definitely. I'm seeing Workhorse being mentioned in the chat. Look at that lift today. I got to get on the phone with my man, Steve Schrader. You guys know. Guess what, guys? I got the connection. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to get Workhorse on here in the next 2 weeks. So if you guys don't see Workhorse in the next 2 weeks on this show right here, go ahead and hit me up. Let me know. Failure, because I know my man Steve Schrader. I'm going to hit him up. I got him on LinkedIn. He's a good friend of mine. So I think he'll come on and talk some stocks with us, talk about a little bit about Workhorse, what could potentially be coming. But man, that's a nice lift today. Good point out there. I'm not sure who called it out. I'm going to go back and scroll up to definitely find out. But whoever called out that Workhorse trade, great job. That's a nice one to keep on watch. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's do some stocks from the chat before we wrap up here. We got about 5 minutes left here of the show. I want to talk about some stocks. So definitely go ahead, put your stocks in the chat, and we can take a look here. Make AMC bigger than GameStop. Harry, I'm sure there's a lot of people with your same sentiment. Nicola, moving. NOK Disha is talking about. We covered a little bit about NOK. Let's take a look. Connor, we talked a little bit already about PLTR, so you can scroll back and catch that if you didn't see it. This one's an interesting one being mentioned. UWMC there. It actually got hit with a downgrade today. I think, I don't know who was trying to pick on this one, but they tried to pick on it. And now this was one that I actually talked about a little bit back and didn't expect this drop off, but we were actually talking about it kind of closer towards this kind of May 5th time. And we got this drop off and it quickly recovered. The biggest thing to me is I think, they need to continue to push the levels and get back to 10 because there's a lot of people that got stuck at that $10 price point, and there's some bag buyers up there. But if you look at RKT, you also got the squeeze also in RKT today. Definitely put those diamonds in the sky. Look at RKT's move today. And man, I talk about this constantly. RKT loves to do these little dips right before it does this big breakout. So another thing that we'll be looking at is, does RKT actually close the gap? Can it get up here and hold that level? Because it kind of hit this wick, but it didn't really hold that 2081. So that's another one that I could see kind of pulling back down tomorrow. But man, when this one gave a ride last time, look at this short squeeze. This was a monster short squeeze. And so you got to keep your eyes out on those short squeeze stocks. All right. I talked about Sundial a little bit earlier, and Sundial will actually be a part of our event, guys. So stay tuned. Tomorrow and the next day, Sundial could get running, and it could be a lot based on that interview that we do. So definitely keep your eyes on Benzinga, and we'll keep watching. There's some rockets. There's the rockets with the Sundial. I know there's a lot of Sundial fans out there. Looks like there's some other stocks being mentioned. Let's go ahead and let's get into some of those. IDEX. I haven't heard that one being mentioned in a while. So IDEX here. Let's take a look here. Not a bad looking chart. Good call out there. I haven't heard from this one in about 3 months, and that's exactly what I like to see. Those 3 month sideways trends. Those are really good trends to see. Now, one of the things that I would want to look at is, can we hold $3 now? We broke out of that $3. Let's see if we can hold this $3 pullback tomorrow that I'm going to expect. I'm going to be looking at this one to see if it can kind of pull back closer towards this 304, but really back down closer towards this 298. So we will look for kind of a red to green move in this stock tomorrow to see if it can really start ripping up there through that 335 and get through that resistance, then maybe we can start seeing it make a lift up there towards 4. So another one to keep on radar. Good stock to mention there. All right, I'm going to go into one more stock here, and then we'll talk a little bit of AMC before we get on out of here. Lemonade. I need some lemonade. I can't blame you for that one. Honestly, if you guys like lemonade, I would look at a different one that I called out that was cheaper. That was Mile. Mile is one that I called out. I talked about this one on Monday, and we're already starting to see that lift. We're getting a nice lift up there towards 9, a good 5% move. Nothing major, but Lemon also getting a lift there. Look at the stock. Look how they're kind of similar. And if you want a cheaper one, that's why I always try to get you that cheaper one in this same industry. But this one's going to really kind of run into some problems when it gets closer towards 100. 100 is going to be kind of a big resistance for this one. So keep your eyes out if you can get through that 100 level. All right, guys, Roblox is definitely on the breakout, so keep your eyes on that one. I won't go in it, but definitely an interesting one to watch. Lots is cheaper too. Lots is cheaper. Lots is an interesting one to keep on your radar too. Starting to bounce off of that support, cheaper one. And one of the things I like is that when these come back down, they do a nice little spike up. So these are good swing trade potentials. All right, let's keep going through. Let's see, is there's anything else I really want to talk about? Looks like someone's talking about the XSPA. XSPA was a monster move that my CEO gave out when it did this breakout in February. If you never saw that interview, you definitely have to see it with Jason Raznick when he called out XSPA, and man, that thing ripped out. Is it time to buy BBBY? That's an interesting one to talk about. The real key is going to be, I think, this 40 level tomorrow, because we got to hold these 40s on these pullbacks. So if we take a look here, we got this breakout, right? And look at the hourly. This is what I try to use. So I'm really seeing kind of this lift that we got here, and it kind of did a quick flag, broke out. Quick flag. Let's see if it can get closer towards this 40. And that's kind of the level that I would kind of pay attention to. But like always, guys, this is a big risk and reward. You're talking a lot of this is a big moving stock. You're talking multiple points. And when you're risking points, you got to be careful. I mean, like always, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not telling you guys to jump into BBBY, but I'm telling you, if you want to approach it, this is how I would approach it. I would look for that pullback, red to green, into that 40s, maybe a little bit lower, maybe closer towards 39.50s, and then jump in there with a risk down closer towards this 37 and closer towards this VWAP. But definitely, this one could make a monster move up. Does Benzinga have an option alert service? It actually gives you major alert option alerts, if you have any swings or things like that. So definitely check it out on Benzinga Pro. But we also have a newsletter that you can keep up with, a nice option newsletter. So check that out. Definitely. Looks like someone else is continuing to talk about the workhorse. I got you. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get my man Steve Schrader, the CFO of Workhorse, on Money Mitch. So if you guys want to see that, definitely hit the like. You guys can keep up with me at Story Investors. This is where I go ahead and talk about a lot of my plays, and continuously giving plays out there, guys. So keep up with my Twitter so that you guys can be the first to the move and don't have to wait till I bring it to Money Mitch. Like you guys see over my corner, to the moon, AMC. Does it continue moving? Does it continue lifting? We will continue to watch that, and we'll see if the monster move continues. If you guys were able to catch some of that 100% mover today, hit the like button. Let us know in the comments below. I would love to get a story of a trader that made a monster trade on AMC on Money Mitch. We'll interview you. I would love to hear about it. So definitely hit me up, guys, in the comments after the show, and we'll go ahead and wrap up here. Next up, guys, you guys will have a show coming right up. We got Trader Mom coming up here. Let's go ahead. Let me see what's going on here. We got We got aftermarket therapy coming up next, guys. So definitely stay tuned. This will take you right to that stream. So you don't got to go anywhere if you want to continue watching some content. So check it out, guys. We'll see if AMC continues going through the moon. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it is going to the moon to end off the show. And let me know, like I said, guys, if you made that big return. All right, guys, that's going to be it for Money Mitch today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And like always, guys, there's a bull market and it's here to stay. And if there's an opportunity, Money Mitch is here to help you guys find it. We'll see you guys tomorrow on Money Mitch. Check out the Cannabis conference, guys. There's going to be some big movers. Cannabis is on the rise. Don't miss out tomorrow. It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now, we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.